Hey there, I'm Lindsay Dreyer, host of the Joyfulpreneur podcast, where I share tips, tricks, and strategies to help women entrepreneurs maximize joy and freedom in their lives and businesses. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello there. Woof. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as Mercury got out of retrograde, things just started to get busy. But I am back, and today I wanted to do a bonus episode on onboarding new team members. Now, I am onboarding 4 new team members in the month of June, which is very exciting. And I wanted to dive into a few things that I have learned about onboarding team members over the past 12 years of owning my own company. Now, onboarding and offboarding is something that I have become very familiar with, and I wanted to roll through the things that I think will be helpful for you to think through when you are creating your own onboarding checklist. And that brings me to my first point. You need to actually have a checklist. I am telling you, it makes the process so much easier. We have a lot of technology that we have to set up accounts for, get logins for. So having a procedure and having a checklist where nothing falls through the cracks, where onboarding someone is as easy as just rolling through the checklist, it makes things so much easier. The other piece is communication in terms of expectations and what's going on. Now, I am of the mindset that there is no such thing as too much communication. So staying in touch with your new teammate, whether that is before they even start on their first day or after they join your company, you want to make sure that the transition is smooth and that they feel good about it. So what do I mean by this? Once you send that offer letter and they say, yes, I want to join you, you need to make sure that you are staying in touch and checking in regularly from that point until their first day when they start work. So you're going to keep them updated on progress, give them exciting news, get them set up on your systems, and maybe they can even start learning them in advance if they're open to that. Anything that you feel is appropriate from them saying, yes, I'm so excited to join you, to their first day. Just make sure to stay in touch. The third point is I think it's really important to sprinkle in some magic or unexpected delights. One of the pieces of advice I got was that your onboarding process really gives people your first impression of your company. So you want to make sure that you are treating them the way that they're going to be treated once they join your company. You want to make sure that they're super excited to be there. So any little touches that you can provide along the way are really important. Now, I personally, whenever somebody joins our team, I like to send a welcome gift or welcome package, and that can be a plant. Sometimes it's a t-shirt and notebooks. I oftentimes customize it to whoever that person is and also the role they'll be fulfilling on the team. The other thing is their first day. I typically like to have them meet the team, or at least part of the team. We will go to lunch, or we will do a virtual Zoom depending on if I'm in town or not in town, because I have a hybrid team where some people are in person and some people are not. And then it also just includes making sure that once they've joined you, that you're taking great care of them. So are you having a dedicated "Are you all right?" check-in? Have you assigned them a mentor or a buddy within your company, if you're larger, where they know exactly where they need to go for help or assistance? Let's talk a little bit about once they are at your company, they are on the team, it's past their first day. How do we set them up for success? This is a very, very key part of onboarding. Now, depending on how and in what capacity you're joining our team, we either have a onboarding Google Sheet, which is specifically unique to that particular person, or we have a 30-day challenge, which is essentially meant to get them up and running really quickly, and they'll know exactly what they should be doing for the first 30 days. So that is my advice, is make sure that you have either a time-bounded plan. A lot of companies will do your first 90 days, your first 120 days, but just make sure that it is super easy for your new hire to know exactly what they should be doing. We do not want them to be sitting in fear and confusion land, because you have invested a lot of time and energy in getting them to this place. And honestly, they have also invested a lot of time and energy to get to this place. And everyone wants to win. Everyone wants this to work out. So really setting them up for success, however you feel that is, the more organized you are, the better, the more clear on what work products and what your expectations of them, the better. Really, you just want to make sure you are setting them up to hit the ground running. We oftentimes spend so much energy on the client onboarding experience that I challenge you to look at your team member. Before I let you go, I wanted to let you know that I have a 5-day Spark Joy Challenge, and it is totally free, available on my website. You can go to joyfulpreneur.link/podcast. The link is also in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening to the Joyfulpreneur podcast. Remember to check the show notes for all the links and resources mentioned in this episode. Your reviews also mean the world to me. If you're enjoying the podcast, please leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Until next time, stay joyful.